And welcome to our weekly Icarus PatchNotes discussion. I'm here with both Carl and Echo today, so I'm gonna hop over to Discord. Hiya, folks.
Hi there.
Hiya, how you doing?
Not bad, not bad.
Weekend after all.
Your sound is an echo.
Oh, yeah, that's because I'm trying to give you an audio check. Myself and Carl are extremely quiet.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, that's the downside to me trying to give you an audio check because of my setup right now is you will get a little bit of it, hearing everything double. Treble,
Okay.
quadruple.
I've increased the volume of Discord a bit.
Okay.
Well, you have to provide your own sound.
Yeah, sorry. I forgot I was required to talk to do that. So yeah, Carl's turn.
Yep, I'm still here, but like I said, I won't be as actively participating due to other reasons, but we shall crack into the notes now.
Right. So, week 220, Mendel updates. Genetics, breeding, yay, nice.
Woo.
Icarus introduces creature genetics and husbandry alongside a cosmetic homestead and DLC. So, the free Mendel update is out today. This update introduces genetics to every mount and tame in the game. It introduces also new farm animals, a new talent tree, and animal husbandry. In addition to this free patch, we are also releasing the Homestead Cosmetic DLC pack, which introduces over 50 new items, as well as many functional variants of existing items to let you customize your base's aesthetic. So yeah, new animals, new talent trees for the animals, new husbandry talents. So, explain more down below. Look at the chicks coming across the screen. Lovely, isn't it?
Quite cute.
So, creature genetics. A major evolution is here for the creature with the new genetics and husbandry mechanisms. The system now brings deeper progression, individuality, and long-term planning to your tames and mounts. The update introduces unique genetics for every creature. Each tamed animal and mount now has its own genotype, phenotype, bloodline, and sex, allowing stats and traits to vary and making every creature truly unique. These elements can all be seen when inspecting a creature, and this is a snippet from the mount genetics. If you like, open the mount, so to say, the mount screen, you see this info, I believe, bottom right, where it shows you the genotype, these 7 stats, whether it's male, female, tells you the bloodline. There will be more info about the different bloodlines, and it tells you the phenotype as well. Hey Josh, how's it going? Fucking awesome update, I know, right? Mendel as well as Homestead DLC. Obviously Mendel gonna be way more interesting, but Homestead DLC is also gonna give us more opportunities to spruce up our bases. Homestead
Hey, Josh,
is cool
how you
AF.
doing? Good to have you here.
Homestead very cool. Yeah, from what I've seen so far, I totally agree. All the new stuff. I mean, no new items, just new look to it. It did say 50 new items as well as functional variants of existing items. So yeah, like the silo, etc. That's like not a variant of an existing one. That's a complete new one. But yeah. Anyway, genotypes. Some raw stat increases. Genotypes are attributes that can enhance or reduce a creature's base stats. Each attribute influencing multiple core stats. The initial set includes vigor, fitness, physique, reflex, toughness, adaptation, and instinct. Attributes values range from 1 to 10, with 3 representing the baseline creature stats. Value below 3 reduces stats, and value above the 3 increase them. Wild creatures will generally generate around the baseline with some natural variation. And then you can like crossbreed them, trying to get your stats up. Phenotype. This is about skin variations. Some creatures, currently just a Moa and the buffalo, but there will be more in the future. Some creatures now feature new skin variations, making them visibly more distinct from one another. These changes reflect natural diversity, with noticeable differences in coloration, patterns and markings that give each individual a unique appearance. So it's no longer which Moa is mine.
Yep.
You can now recognize your Moa by color and pattern, etc.
Definitely amazing. And the fact is that it sounds like it's smooth. It's hopefully everything gonna be working, but that sounds and it looks good. So.
Oh, definitely. And Jos says hi to both Echo and Karel. And hey Stravia, welcome. How you doing?
Hey, Stravia. How you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good to have you.
So more creatures will receive similar updates in future releases, expanding the variety of natural, diverse looks across the world. That about phenotypes. 7 minutes late. Hey, it's okay. We have only just begun. Just going through the creature genetics. Bloodlines is the next one. Some growth stats. Bloodlines are special traits that grant new stats as creature level. For example, the wild bloodline slightly increases food and water consumption, but gives attacks a chance to inflict a minor hemorrhage debuff. The chance increases every 5 levels. Current available bloodlines, from most common to the most rare, is wild, brave, careful, timid, bold, hardy, stout, ambitious, resolute, unstable, savage, and alpha. So 12 total. You checked it out, Stravia, and it's overwhelming. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was expecting as well. Like a whole new system in the game.
That's good. Content. Very good.
You got an alpha mode already. Nice. Now try to breed him with better stats, eh? Sex, creature variations and husbandry. Some creatures have their traits, effect and skill trees change based on the sex. For example, cows and bulls differ in both appearance and ability. Cows being female, they can produce milk and they can graze, that's about it. Oh, and get calves. While bulls are male and they also can be saddled and used as mounts. The differences between sexes also enable mating, allowing offspring to inherit traits from their parents. Now, existing mounts from before the update, so the ones you tamed before the update dropped, they will retain their current stats until players choose to opt in by using the new Reveal Genetics button. I've seen some messages about people stating like, hey, they automatically got their genetics like early this morning. Like there was no opt-in, but there was an hotfix around noon. So maybe it now indeed like does not show the genetics by default and will actually give you the option to opt in. Any mounts or tames acquired after the patch will automatically have their genetics revealed upon capture or taming. Now this is just the beginning. Genetics and husbandry are designed to grow over time, offering new strategies, customization, and meaningful creature progression. So like the skins, currently only the Moa and the Buffalo. There will be more creatures with different skins. Like, we're just starting. And yeah, it will, I think it's going to give people a new purpose for their long-running open worlds. Like, breed the most rare, most high-stat animals you can. So, definitely nice for a long-term playing. I think there's 7 different skin colors. Yeah, 7 indeed. Animal husbandry. Now, alongside genetics, husbandry opens the door to breeding and raising animals. Using a special serum crafted at a ranching station, players can enable males to fertilize females as long as they are well fed and cared for. So if you don't feed your animals, you can't breed with them, basically. Like, animals don't die from starvation anymore. That was the case like way back when they were introduced, but that has been changed years ago already. They no longer die, they just get a speed debuff and stamina debuff for being hungry or thirsty. However, if they're hungry or thirsty, they will not be, you cannot breed them, so. Maybe keep the bulk of your animals in one pen without food and water, and only once you actually breed in a separate pen with food and water. Uh-oh, looks like yours got mauled by a polar bear. Yeah, they're annoying, I know, right? Just outrun them if you can. Only fight them if you have to.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing since day dot, and we still say, shit, it's a polar bear.
Yeah.
Can we sneak around it?
The rest of the animals I don't really care about, except for the hammerhead slug. But polar bears, nah. Was fighting with a mammoth and a polar bear joined the fight. Oh yeah, yikes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I can't imagine.
continuing patch notes. Once fertilized, females enter a gestation phase, with progress displayed through the UI and chat messages. The gestation phase differs for each animal and can be modified with both player talents, creature talents, and the new animal nesting bed. So that's where your husbandry talents come into play. Faster gestation, for example. Same for some of the creature talents on the female, faster gestation, and apparently we have a new item called the animal nesting bed, which I reckon will also increase the gestation speed. Now, after gestation, the mother will give birth to a juvenile creature and then enter a recovery period before they can breed again. UVs will inherit attributes from both parents, laying the foundation for selective breeding and long-term optimization. I believe it's like 80% chance that an attribute comes from the parent in a 50-50 split, and 20% chance that's like another like some random value. I've seen those numbers somewhere at some point. Additional gestation requirements and subtle behavior changes during fertilization, pregnancy, and recovery are also being introduced to make the system feel more alive and believable. I reckon something like a gestating animal being slower and not defending itself, something like that.
Eating more.
Sleeping more, being cranky, and yeah. The current list of creatures that can be bred right now is the moa, buffalo, chicken, sheep, pigs, which is the new one from the workshop, not the tamed one, and cows. In this update we got a couple of new mounts, tames and juvies. Obviously all the male variants. Mendel update also introduced a few new creatures, each offering unique experiences. The pig is a brand new creature. While typically a farm animal that can be butchered for bacon, after all it is walking bacon, it can also gain the talent to dig up truffles, a new crop in Icarus, as it levels up.
Ooh.
So yeah, let them roam around with the talent active, and then apparently truffles will pop up. I was thinking about this, and I was like, okay, are the truffles gonna have a like spoil timer? Because if they are not, then at some point the entire environment of your base will be littered with truffles. On the other hand, if they do have a spoil timer, it means you have to run outside every minute to check, hey, are there any new truffles, and pick them up before they spoil.
True, and are you able to turn it off? Because you might reach a certain saturation point where you don't want to run outside and pick up truffles, nor have the lag generated because there's a trillion truffles outside because you have a pig farm.
At least if there will be a spoil timer on the truffles, you won't have to worry about that too much. So that's why I mostly hope that there will be a spoil timer.
Okay.
Another new animal, the ram, a new domesticated creature and a male counterpart for the sheep. They're required for producing offspring, makes sense, making them a key part of your flock. They are sturdy and resilient, and a practical addition to your homestead, and expand the new genetics and husbandry systems. Maybe have them walk outside and try to keep your base safe. We'll check. We're obviously gonna get ourselves a couple of animals. The bull arrives as the male counterpart to the cow, offering a unique combination of strength and utility. They can be saddled and used as mounts, making them valuable for travel, hauling, and even combat situations. The size and power make them more durable than cows, and their temperament provides a reliable companion for exploration and work on your homestead. I wonder how they will compare to the buffalo, though. Maybe comparable to the buffalo. Also, will you be able to pull a cart with a bull?
I would have expected so, considering you can with a buffalo.
Exactly. So we'll have to see how he compares to a buffalo then.
Yeah.
Now, in addition, in the Orbital Workshop you can now choose to purchase male or female versions of the Juvie farm creatures. The chick, calf, piglet and lamb, which should help when starting to get into husbandry. So now you can, in the workshop you can say, hey, either I want a male calf or a female calf. Male chick or a female chick. Good, so you don't have to call down, if you like, call down 10 piglets and then you have like 10 females and no male, for example, or 10 males and no female. You can at least choose whether it's going to be a male or a female. That's good.
Yeah, it's better than being completely RNG.
Yeah. I mean, it would be good for your bacon stock, don't get me wrong. But I don't know how much these are going to cost. I reckon some 250 Rand each. And I believe that's what the current ones are.
Yeah, well, that makes sense.
So for the long-term players, not too expensive. But for starting players,
that's not expensive at all. You can make that back in one mission.
Yep. Yeah, for starting players, yeah. I assume there will be no new trophies. Yes, Stravia, there will be. There is actually mentioning of, for example, the pig trophy, which had an issue where you couldn't mount it on the wall. They fixed it. This tells us that the pigs will give a vestige which you can turn into a trophy.
Yeah.
Genetics talent tree. Now, because there's an entire new branch, genetics, everyone gets 10 respec points. Read proper, respec points. You don't get 10 extra talent points. No, you get respec points. Otherwise, 10 extra talent points. How would that compare with the level cap? Right, we have characters which are max level, which already have the 2 talents from the mission in Olympus, the 2 talents from the mission in Styx, the 3 from the mission in Prometheus, and the 9 talent points from all 3 Great Hunts bosses. So max level. If you would get 10 talent points, they would have to increase the max talent point. So it's not going to give you 10 free talent points. No, it's giving you respect points. There's actually something I've seen people like, hey, there's a bug here. I didn't get the 10 talent points. Yeah, read proper. It says respect points.
Yeah, I think for a max level character, I'd rather have the respect points.
Yeah, you'll have to choose what to sacrifice in order to go into genetics.
Correct. But is it in the husbandry tree, or is it it's a separate?
It's a separate one. So
genetics. Yeah.
Next to exploration, husbandry, and fishing, you now also have the genetics.
I might need to remap from my husbandry all the way through to the genetics because if it's a separate tree, then basically I need to shift the points across.
Yeah, or as Stravia also says, like create a separate character just for husbandry and genetics, and
True.
then put 10 extra talent points in areas you still have like room. But like have it focus on farming and husbandry and genetics, for example,
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is, like I've mentioned several times before, is that we don't really use the bunny hop mechanic that much. We don't use bows that much. There's a couple of things that you could sort of shuffle around, but
true, but there's only a handful.
It's only a handful, exactly, but yeah, we'll have to see what type of bonuses you get in the genetics tree to make it worth it, because maybe you would want to drop a bunch.
Yeah, I don't know which talents we all gonna have, but looking at it at the picture here, you're gonna want more than a handful talent points. So
it's a whole tree, so we'll sort of go through it.
So to complement the new genetics and husbandry systems, we've added a brand new talent tree focused on these mechanics, the genetics one. Skill tree provides bonuses for example, finding creatures with rare genotypes, with different phenotypes, the skins, different bloodlines with growth affecting stats. Also increases mutation chances during breeding, special talents that creatures can gain after fertilization. For example, a male's sire figure talent can boost his damage and movement speed. Very nice for your bull. While a female's maternal instincts provides resistance bonuses to nearby juvies. Obviously, it is best to keep your juvies safe, but if something does come into your pen area, and you have a female with maternal instinct active, at least your juvies will be more resistant, won't die as quickly.
I'm actually wondering, because on aggro mode, the mammoth should kill anything that's outside, but, it's the question now would be, if your bull is set to, defensive, whether or not it would engage any hostiles that damage other mounts, because I've never tested that far.
No, it doesn't. Defensive is only if the owning player is being attacked and nearby. You have to be relatively close to the animal and being attacked for the defensive talent to kick in, and if it is attacked itself. It's not doing anything when something else is getting attacked. Indeed, Stravia, that was my next remark. In the husbandry talent tree, there is already a talent which states that juveniles are not going to be attacked by wildlife. I reckon that's the juveniles, the player with this talent is leading. Those are not going to get attacked by wildlife. But then again, you bring it home, you stop leading, it continues taming. So from that point on, probably still is going to get attacked again by wildlife. So yes, there is a talent indeed where juveniles will not be attacked, but I've never tested it out. But I reckon it is only whilst you are leading the creature, because otherwise, how's the game gonna keep track which juveniles will and which one will not be attacked? Now, reaching the bottom of the genetics tree also grants a chance for creatures to birth twins.
Ooh.
Now, to support a new talent tree, all players will receive free 10 talent refund points. Not talent points, talent refund points, to allocate as they see fit. Additional talent reset points can always be bought in the workshop. Again, not additional talent points can be bought, no, talent reset points. So your respec points.
I'm just thinking that realistically, at some point, being able to gain more would be a lovely thing, because there are so many talent points that we don't use. I mean, so many talents that we don't have points enough for sort of
True.
specking in. And I know we go hyper-focused, and it's, yes, as mentioned, you should be
Yeah.
hyper-focusing into it. But not I mean, obviously, if people can complain about not wanting to restart their worlds to support 25-year-old kind of code, then I can complain about not having, enough points to even scratch the surface of having all the talent points. And
Well,
then I would make it just completely.
This is something we discussed about before. This does promote team play, cooperative play. Now, for people who play solo, all you need to do is create a specific farming, husbandry, genetics character to take care of your breeding and such, your planting and such, but also like the breeding. And then you can
Yeah.
still play solo with your normal, quote-unquote, normal character.
Yeah, it's like you can have a gardener, you can have a miner, you can have a builder, you can have a
Exactly.
now you can have a farmer stroke, well, complete farmer if they're caring for all the animals and stuff.
Yeah. It's just they can't be all online at the same time if you play solo. That's the
Yeah.
only difference. But yeah,
Yeah.
it does promote specialization, it's like co-op with a team, specialization for team members. I am not
Yeah.
opposed to that, to be honest. I am not opposed to this. This like the whole co-op part is what I like most. So this promoting co-op, hey, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
That means you have to rely on other people. Blah.
Yup. Another thing, and this is gonna be mentioned later on in the patch notes as well. We have talked about this before, Carl, where you were like, yeah, but them talents from the husbandry tree is only for the player who tamed the animal. And so the player without those talents will not get this additional, for example, 5% speed, right? There will be an unclaim, there is introduced in this update an unclaim option. So you, with your husbandry talents, you like fully kitted out husbandry character, you tame and you claim a mount which gets the additional speed, then you unclaim it and then someone else can claim that animal. So it can assign talent points, can give the commands, etc. But the stats stay on the mount. Again, co-op. You're gonna be the one who is doing all the claiming and the taming, etc. We will kill the. I mean, Echo will be distraction. Make sure we stay safe. We don't get attacked. I will be doing the killing of the adults. You'll be claiming and taming the juvies. I mean, that's co-op, right?
Sounds like it to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it's going to be in practice. So
Please note my generously accepting my role in all that.
yeah, well, it's widespread knowledge by now. If you're with us, we don't have to worry about being attacked. They always go straight for you.
Yeah, and then all I've got to do is wait for somebody to res me.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, works for everybody, right?
Exactly. We all have fun. Anyway, continuing the patch notes. Some more improvements for the animals. Remote creature control by whistle. You can now remotely control pets and mounts with the introduction of whistles. So basically arc-like. 5 new keybinds allow you to remotely control a single tamed creature or all nearby creatures. Supported actions include toggling stay follow and cycling through combat and movement behaviors. So toggle between stay and follow. Combat behavior like defensive, passive, aggressive. Movement behavior as in stay, follow, lie down and wander. Now most of the new whistles targets the tame you are currently looking at, while others affect all creatures within a nearby radius. So if you look at the picture, the top 3, toggle stay follow, cycle combat behavior and cycle movement behavior is like targeted, only the creature you're looking at. And the other 2, nearby tamed creatures follow and nearby tamed creatures stay, is going to be like all creatures within a radius. Currently, whistles only work on mounts that you have personally claimed. There was an issue with this earlier this morning. Again, there was a hotfix, so I hope that is being fixed in the hotfix. Otherwise, if you stand all 3 at a distance from one another and all whistle to nearby creatures to follow, they're gonna explode, you know? They don't know where to go to, they're like gonna be torn apart. So let's not test that out. In the future, we plan to expand the system with a radial menu for easier access. For now, enjoy the new functionality and let us know if there are any additional controls you would like to see added. Wonder what the distance is going to be, stuff? Yeah, no idea. Just park a couple of mounts with some distance in between them. Go stand at the end of the row and whistle all of them to follow you. And then see who's going to follow you. Easiest way to test it out. Quite far as long as you're looking at it. You just try it. Okay, gotcha. Alright, and congrats on your Mammoth Juffy, Gels. Talking about Mammoth, stomp attack has been fixed. So no longer the insane damage numbers. And you can finally use the stomp attack on the Mammoths again. Good. Okay, butchery bench adjustments. Not everyone is gonna like this. We have removed the ability to create prime meats directly on the butchery bench. The feature was introduced in the previous patch, but we found that being able to generate prime meats from raw meat made hunting less meaningful and reduced an important part of the game. To an extent they are right, however, you could use it to, for example, get stringy meat in Prometheus grasslands in an area where there is no wolves or yaks. So, says, since I have a Swedish keyboard, I don't know the specific command for follow and stay. Just press cycle through behavior with the Del. The other ones, which is different from the keyboard, then there's, yeah. It should actually be the same button, Jaws, because the wiring matrix inside the keyboard is different for a Swedish keyboard. So, but it should be the same button. And if not, you can always put your own key in. I reckon. I reckon you can change the keybinds. So. But I reckon even a Swedish keyboard should have the /. Otherwise, you won't be able to type any URLs. So. Shift button on top of 789. Yeah, that's different. Ampersand, star, and bracket open. 7, 8, and 9 for me. Swedish keyboard, yeah. Anyway, no more prime meat in the butchery bench, unfortunately.
That's
No.
okay. I mean,
We did use it, and I did definitely use it. Like I
we
said,
have obviously garganotons and stuff, which gives us the primate, so we're not that largely affected. But yeah, for
True,
people that
but
weren't
early
able to
game.
gain it, exactly early game. That's the point. Yeah.
There you go. Now to replace this prime meat crafting, we have added new recipes for the farm animals. You can now butcher pigs, cows, bull, chickens, roosters, sheep, and rams to obtain prime meats. So farm animals are going to give prime meat. With pigs, obviously going to be bacon. What do you think? Cows and bulls, gamey meat, maybe? Chickens, roosters, gonna be soft meat or white?
Yeah.
Then you have sheep, rams. I don't know.
Where do I get our stringy meat? That's the one we all use.
Exactly.
Which
No
one
idea.
would that be?
No idea.
Goats?
Maybe the sheep for the one meat and the ram for the other. I don't know. So basically, call down a couple of each, raise them up, kill them, see what kind of meat they drop, and grab the fast that you can make trophies. Like, this sheep gave her life in order for us to get stringy meat, for example. Another change they made to the user interface, deployable variation visibility improvements. Now, deployables that have multiple variations will now display this information in a tooltip, field guides page, and associated blueprint talents. As you can see, the example picture here, homestead hanging mat, tells you there is 6 variants. So press and hold R to choose between the variants. Handy, because up until recently, for example, I didn't know the sandworm trophy had a variant. I had no idea. Until someone told me, like, hey, why aren't you making the other one? Like, what other one? Yeah, make the trophy, press and hold R. The lip trophy. It will now show you, like, hey, there's multiple variants. I like it does. Now, with the introduction of many cosmetic items in the Homestead content pack, we felt it was time to improve the user experience around how variations are shown. Change makes it much easier to see at a glance which items can have their style swapped using the R key. Yep.
Okay, that sounds good.
Next one is a very nice quality of life improvement. Opening doors while mounted.
Yay!
Exactly.
I mentioned that a couple of weeks ago, didn't I?
Yep. Another long requested improvement, and yeah, very long requested, has been added. Players can now open and close doors while riding a mount. Finally, you don't have to like jump off your mount to open the fortification gates and then your mount, being hungry, wanting to go to the food trough, run straight into the spike defenses. So no longer. You can now keep sitting on your mower, open the gate, go through, close the gate, and bring it straight to the food trough.
Yeah. The one thing that used to get me about my mount is as soon as I would get off it, it would start running away.
Set them to stay instead of wander.
Yeah.
Wandering state, that's what's causing it to start walking back and forth. So setting it to stay will already mitigate that to an extent.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, it's going to be a very nice one indeed, yours. This quality of life change applies to standard doors, railing gates and fortification gates. Okay, I don't see barn doors here though. So those you still might have to get off your mind for though.
Well, I would have thought I would have thought that due to the mechanic, they just have to kind of link it to all the doors that you have to open in order to use that mechanic.
Yeah, I don't know.
But in the picture, those are big doors as well.
Yeah, those look like barn doors, honestly.
Well, those are not normal-sized doors.
My point is that a door will use a door mechanic, right? A chest will use a chest mechanic, but it'll work for all the doors and all the chests.
Not entirely true. The leather doors. You don't open those, you just run through them.
But we'll see. I mean,
Yeah, but
hopefully it
they're-
also picks it up from a distance.
Are they not called leather curtains?
No, the leather curtains go in front of the windows. You have the leather doors which go in the door frame. They block pathing for wildlife, I believe, but not for tames and mounts. And they're very nice to use inside your base so you don't have to constantly open and close the doors.
Yeah.
The other one, railing gates, you can just walk over them. If they're on a flat surface, you can just walk over the railing gates with your mount. You don't need to open them. Even a buffalo with carts, just walking over them. If they are on top of a stairs, however, then you have to open them. But yeah, now this quality of life change also allows for smoother movement around settlements and keeps gameplay flowing without having to dismount, making exploration, farming and combat feel more seamless. Combat, yeah, like, hey, the base is being attacked, go jump on your mount, run outside the gate and start attacking the attackers. I mean, or just walk outside and start knifing the attacker, but okay. But it's definitely nice, a quality of life improvement. This one I like. The next one, not so much actually. They changed the Omni Food Trough and the Omni Feed. The electric food trough and Omni Feed have received an overhaul. Previously, Omni Feed granted 200 food to animals and stacked to 100. They were very nice and slow spoiling, and so they were quite powerful. Especially since it could be crafted from any plant or meat-based item. Fish as well. Just throw it all in the tier 4 food trough and it'll turn it into the Omni Food in a 1-to-1 ratio. Spoiled plants, spoiled meat, whatever, just throw it in and I'll make Omni Food. Quite powerful indeed. Too powerful actually. And to address this, the electric food trough has been converted into an auto-crafting machine. It was already auto-crafting, but okay. That produces 4 types of animal gruel. Fruit, veggie, meat and fish. Using the tag-based crafting. So throw any number of fish in there, be it saltwater or freshwater fish, doesn't matter. It's tagged fish, so it'll craft as fish gruel. Throw a carrot, a berry, 2 watermelons and a pumpkin in, and it'll turn it into the one veggie gruel, for example. Tag-based. Now each gruel provides 100 food. They stack 25. And they require more ingredients than OmniFeed, no longer a 1-to-1. But they do all grant buffs to animals. So we'll have to check which gruel provides which buff. OmniFood was like improving the other food buffs. It was a very nice one. And again, it was a cheap way to craft food. High stacking, slow spoiling, so it was a very nice one to. It was very nice to have the tier 4 food trough in your pen. Just dump all your excess veggies and meat and whatever in it, and the animals could eat. Now I'll have to look like, okay, what I'm gonna throw in there a bit more, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what's coming to mind for me is, you know, like how when we started off in the forest, right, you could eat watermelons and berries because you didn't have a canteen and you were too far away from water.
Hmm.
I'm wondering whether or not, like, the fruit food would give them more water so then they're not thirsty just as quickly. And
I don't
maybe
know.
if it's
I,
fish, it might make them drink a little bit more, or I don't know. It would be interesting to find out.
yeah. All we need to do is go into the game and have a look, which we will do. The trough can still be used as a baseline device to keep creatures fed, though, but is now much more balanced. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to look. Or maybe just place the old food trough and drop all your strawberries in there, for example. A nice high yielding crop. We'll see. Omnifeed does still exist though, but is now craftable at the animal bench with the appropriate recipe, and the stacks only to 25, so no longer stacks of 100. Stack size has been reduced to 25, like the gruels. Unclaiming mounts, talked about that one quickly already. Sorry, Echo, you were saying?
No, all I was saying was that makes sense. Makes total sense.
Unclaiming mounts. We have added the ability to unclaim tames and mounts, allowing you to give creatures to your friends and let them manage their leveling and control. To unclaim a creature, simply click the new Unclaim button in the bottom left corner of the UI when interacting with it. So you can unclaim your own creatures. Question is, can you unclaim someone else's creatures? I believe you can. This is nice for people who like run a semi-public dedicated server where they have animals who are claimed by players who haven't shown up for ages. You're like, yeah, right,
Yeah.
don't need to keep them around. Instead of killing them animals, they can then now unclaim it and claim it for themselves. Now, obviously, talking about public dedicated servers, if one chooses to go for such a server, you might log back into to the server and then find out that your unique MOA has been stolen by someone else.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I don't like public
Unless
servers.
you could prevent that by sending
Sending
your
it
own
to
animals
space. Yeah.
up into space.
Yeah, you forget it once, you come back and you're a unique black MOA with 500% speed increase talent.
I mean, there's nothing
gone.
in the description that indicates that you can unclaim other people's mounts. Let's hope that it's not the case, because theoretically the risk is much larger with that being, than just, I'll log in and unclaim my mounts before I log off for all eternity kind of thing.
Yeah.
Or I don't care about these ones anymore, I just unclaim them and, or just kill them. But we'll see. We can see in game. So I know
From
that your
posts from posts in Discord, I deduced you can unclaim someone else's mount.
Well, let's not test that, because I still want to leave my mount, for example, unchanged as the original.
Yeah, no problem.
That was still a thing, because you have to click a button apparently to sort of convert it. I don't know. I didn't read anything about that.
You have to opt in.
Yeah, opt-in option. Yeah.
Well, we can just tame some new UVs, claim it, unclaim it, test around with that a little bit.
Unless mine is all shiny, max stat, first roll, black moa, then it's like, no, it's mine. You can't get it.
Nah, it's still gonna be mine. It's my server, so you know.
No.
All your mount are belong to us.
Yeah.
So we'll have a look.
We'll
in
see.
game.
We'll do some testing. Yeah.
Homestead DLC pack. Now, alongside today's free Mendel update, we also released a new content pack with many new cosmetic items and functional reskins of existing items. So again, mostly cosmetic, is no pay to win, but gives you some nice extra stuff. The whole pack consists of over 50 new items, which can be used to make your base feel more like a home. For example, new variants of existing benches and furniture. I wouldn't really call that new items, but okay. Dozens of interior decorations, like the spinning wheel we've been reading about in the future content the last couple of weeks. You know, all the stuff. And, the weapon rack, etc. Some exterior decorations to customize your house from afar. New light options. Variants of functional farming and utility objects. Jules already mentioned creature deterrent in the form of a scarecrow. Also several new doors, shutters and curtains. I believe saloon doors are also part of the homestead one. Well, it is packs like these that, when purchased, make the free updates and all our weekly updates possible. If you like what we're doing and you want to support us, check out the pack below. Currently for a 15% discount, €13.42. Converted to your own local currency, if and when applicable. We also get new pet companions. We have added some new creatures to the Pet Companions DLC. Now, initially they were supposed to be in the Homestead DLC. However, it's like a couple of variants of dogs and cats. Now, normally there is the Pet Companions pack, which already has dogs and cats, and then there will be dogs and cats in the Homestead as well. So they decided to move it to the Pet Companions DLC. I think it's in the fixes or in the new content section of the PatchNotes, there was a line which made me think they are, yes, in the Pet Companions DLC, but still locked behind the Homestead DLC flag. So you need to own both of them in order to actually get them. But I haven't played the game yet, so I haven't really looked at a workshop yet. What would you rather spec into? Shotgun or rifle? Kinetic or a trench shotgun, to make it short? Kinetic. Kinetic is... like, before kinetic rifle, trench shotgun was my favorite. Ever since we got the kinetic rifle, extended magazine, and the chance to not consume ammo, yeah, the trench shotgun is not going to beat that. So, rifle. So, new creatures to the Pet Companions DLC. These include the French Bulldog, the Border Collie, Tortoise Shell Ragdoll Cat, and the Himalayan Seal Point Cat. Have been added to the pack at no extra cost and can be purchased from the Orbital Workshop with Ren along with this patch.
I think that's pretty nice, so that the developer actually created new content for one of their previously sold kind of content packs, which is actually,
Yes.
I've never actually heard of anyone sort of doing that, so that's actually quite nice.
But it might be still locked behind the Homestead DLC flag. I don't know.
Oh,
Like I
is
said,
it?
I haven't checked the
No.
workshop yet. I will check
Based
it
upon-
once we're in game, but
I would be surprised. This just looks like they've added it on top of the pre-existing one. That's if it is the case. So I would actually say, because you haven't bought, have you bought the?
I have
the Homestead
everything.
DLC?
I have the Homestead as well. Yeah.
You just okay. You should have tasted it before you bought it. You know.
I bought it before I read the patch notes. The moment I saw, hey, there's a new DLC, I said buy.
Okay. Well, in this case, you know, it's okay.
Respecting from shotgun turns to rifles would be preferred. For me, it would, Josh, indeed. Yeah. Next week, we'll get a follow-up to the Mendel update. Next week, we plan on adding a few things that didn't make the cut for this week for our stable build. These do include new wolf phenotypes, skins, as well as some additional creature and skinning bench improvements. So, unique skins currently only for Moa and Buffalo. Next week we'll also get wolf skins. Cool. In addition, as requested in the Reddit AMA from earlier this week, we will also be adding a beehive starter pack, which can be purchased from the Orbital Workshop. This does include a couple of queen bees, worker bees, and also honeycombs, which allows players to bring bees and honey to the outposts. You need honeycombs to make the beehive. Now you can put worker bees in it, and then they'll produce more honeycombs, and you can like get upgrades for your beehive, etc. So you get a breeding center, so you can breed a queen bee into new worker bees, etc. So yeah, currently no bees in outposts. This update, next week's update will add beehive starter pack, so you can bring bees to your outposts. Now, obviously, since there's no queen bees in the wild in outposts, you will have to ever so often buy a new beehive starter pack. But that shouldn't be an issue, shouldn't be a problem. Like, you have multiple queen bees in it already, so it should last for a while. Now, your support makes these updates possible. As usual, hey, buy the DLCs. They said it earlier in the patch notes already. These DLCs is what's keeping the lights on, which allows them to give us the free updates and everything. So if you want to support the devs, consider buying some of the DLCs. For example, the Great Hunts campaign, the Homestead decoration pack that's added this week, or go for a complete the set bonus, currently for a 20% discount. Right now you save even more, because one or more items in this bundle is on a limited time discount, and this actually the Homestead DLC is on a discount already as well. Didn't it tell? Yeah, 15% discount on the Homestead DLC. On top of the 20% you are getting already. So total amount, if you buy everything in one go, is still quite a bit. But hey, start with the base game and expand your DLCs.
Yeah. Start with Olympus and work your way up.
Olympus, Styx, Prometheus, Great Hunts, Elysium. Anyway, changelog, new content, quite a bit. 10 passive Reven points, again, not talent points, the Reven points, to players' accounts when first starting up the Homestead build. Mark the word build. You don't need the Homestead DLC, but the current production build is called Homestead build. So, first time you start it, you get 10 talent respec points. Butchery recipes for the cows and the bulls have been adjusted. Removing the ability to create prime meat from the butchery benches. We talked about that one. Added ability to butchery farm animals for specialty meats. Piggies have been added, including their own talent trees. Let's quickly go through them. See, adding the 2 new cats and 2 new dogs into the Creatures Conference DLC, but with a Homestead feature level lock. So you might need both of them. Both of the DLCs. Let's go through these quickly, because we are already an hour in. Let's see, anything very special. Inject serums into males, so they can go to the females for fertilizing them. Big talent tree, crop yield aura. Increases in distance through talent levels. Nice. So having a piggy around, it gives you extra yield for harvesting or for butchering doesn't state. Big talent tree, start to make pits, idle behavior, turn it into the search for and drop a truffle. So you'll have to spend a talent point there. Gestation will not progress if either food or water is all the way down at 0. Yeah, the gestation speed reduced for hungry and thirsty creatures. Domesticated juvies will no longer despawn if the player doesn't claim them. So thank you for that.
I wasn't aware that they despawned. But
Exactly.
yes, makes sense realistically.
Oh.
And whilst you probably might forget that you have breeding sessions going on, if the juvenile just pops out and you're busy with other things like running a mission or anything like that, I would have imagined it to sort of be very detrimental that you're breeding creatures and the juveniles just disappear when giving birth and you were away from the base and not able to
Exactly.
claim them. So very nice. Or required, actually. I would
So
say.
yeah, they don't despawn, and they also will start the taming process automatically. So you don't have to
Yeah, I see
start
that in the
taming.
next one. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
there's nothing worse than reloading into your open world and finding out you haven't got the babies you thought you had because they've despawned whilst you've been away.
Yeah.
Domesticated juvies now properly follow their parents if they're not being led by a player.
Nice.
So if you don't tell them follow me, they're just gonna follow the parents, probably the mum.
Yeah.
Let's see, truffle. The fertilize move action now aborts if the target becomes unsuitable at any point, preventing non-stop move actions. Like the bull, like, hey, I want to fertilize a cow. Keep on running around trying to find a cow to fertilize. Can't find one. Gets all angry and stuff. No more. Now actually aborts. Suitable NPC are now sorted by distance when looking for fertilization targets. So basically, get one right next to you instead of the one 3 map tiles over.
Yeah, what was the one previous note where it was like 1,000 blocks or something where it was... What was it in one of the previous notes? It was... the range was ridiculous.
Yeah. So yeah.
It would end up showing you one at the opposite end of the map instead of the one just like round the corner and up the hill a bit.
Would have been funny though, because if you created 2 pens and you had a bull in the one pen and he just decided to charge out of the pen and go into the wilderness, and you're like, oh, he's going towards the other one. Godspeed to any creature in between him and the females, you know, and either follow him or see the carnage that sort of ensued.
The thing is, if it can't path there because the gates are closed, then it's gonna ignore the very willing cow right next to him, like, hey, I'm here, you can fertilize me. And he's like, no, I'm gonna ignore you. I want the 1 5 map tiles over.
Yeah.
Even though I can't get to it, I still want that one. So yeah.
Yeah.
Go for the one you can actually reach, you know. Let's see, anything else interesting?
They did change the jumping on a mount will no longer force it to rotate towards the player's last forward direction. Now, that's the one thing that we always did, because when getting onto the mount, it always did like a blip back behind you and then a blip forward.
I don't know, is it... I'm still not sure, was it... the camera rotates towards where the mount was facing or towards where the player was facing?
It was always like either behind you, but then that's where we just started jumping on it. So it was a workaround. So hopefully if they've removed the workaround, they've removed the bug.
The bug, the behavior.
Well, yeah, the distracting behavior, because it's like, yeah, what's in front of me, what's the, you know, each time that happened, and that's why we did it. So if they've removed this in order to, to make it so that you suddenly do always have the camera shooting behind you and then moving forward, then that doesn't make sense. But
yeah, we'll have to see, like, if you come in from the side, if you jump on the mount, which way is the camera gonna face? Towards where you were looking, or towards where the mount is looking, or behind you, or behind the mount, or
exactly,
straight into the air.
The mount, because we jump off the mount and usually go forward so that the
Yeah.
mount stays to the side, for example. And we always run towards the mount so its head always facing us.
Yeah.
And then it's basically like, we jump on him, and then the camera goes, oh, and that's,
The camera's like, now I don't know where you want to look anymore, so I'm going to do the 360 spin. And yeah, I know.
well, we'll see.
Swap the materials for the charcoal colored mower to the chocolate colored mower.
I like charcoal
set
more.
up DT. I rather have the charcoal. The black
Charcoal
one.
is nice. I love charcoal. Charcoal is it's like the most awesome color. So yeah, chocolate,
Bull talent added aura to improve gestation speed and providing resistance when gestating. Cool. So you get yourself at least a bull with that talent. See. This one I don't understand. Swapping synthetic enzymes to use a text-based query in the recipes for platinum and titanium. What the heck do synthetic enzymes have to do with platinum and titanium?
yeah.
That I have no idea what they mean with this one. If anyone knows, please tell me.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Chickens will no longer be able to lay eggs when fertilized. Keep that in mind if you have a singular chicken and you rely on the chicken to provide you with eggs and you don't have a stock of eggs, don't get a rooster yet.
I'm assuming as soon as the rooster, because it's a one injection, the rooster will go and generate one chick, or is it like he's flagged for breeding, and therefore the females would constantly like stop laying actual eggs, because apparently it's not like the egg gets hatched, it's just like, oh, now I start spawning out chicks. And yeah, now if it's like constant after one injection, or is it
I don't
you
know.
get fertilized 5 times?
I haven't played the game yet, but
Yeah.
like there
No,
is a resting period after gestation,
Yeah.
and I reckon the fertilizer is going to be like timer based. Like
Yeah.
it's going to be able to fertilize for an X amount of time.
Yeah.
But is it a one-time fertilization, or can it fertilize multiple females before the time runs out? That I don't know.
Probably. The bull's gonna be very busy, jumping from cow to cow to cow to cow to cow to cow, and then just pass out, and then we'll
As
see.
bulls do, yeah.
Yeah.
Serums also now be added for pigs. Pigs can be purchased in the workshop. Making sure domesticated UV sex and genetics are rolled in their UV state to prevent trampling. Yeah,
that's
indeed.
the thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm wondering, because when are the stats determined? Is it on the claiming? Is it on
No.
the birthing? Is it
Yeah.
on the adulting? Or is it on
Birthing?
And that's the thing. So
Birthing, and I
how random-
believe you can already see stats whilst they're still UV. So you can kill the UVs. You don't have to like have them grow up.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Because then that's one question, and I'm not gonna say we're gonna do this, but for people that really wanted to sort of min-max it and cheese the system, if you set up 10 mowers to give birth within a 2-minute window, if you check all the stats and then see nope, nothing cool, you Alt F4 the insert or you kill or terminate the server service, and then have it start up again, those juvies will be reborn based upon the previous save point. I wonder if those stats would re-roll randomly, or if it would be the same subset of stats on those juveniles being born.
I think it's upon being born.
Yeah, so then technically that would be a cheesy way that you could probably force, spawn.
Yeah, but you'll be restarting your game all the time.
Yeah, exactly. True. That's correct. That's true. But some people doing it solo, for example, on their own hosted server, then, I mean, I'm not saying you do it because that's cheesing it, but then, yeah, that's the one risk if you didn't do it on, a set statistic or roll.
True. Yeah, you're right.
The parents were the ones that determined the juvenile sort of chances, and therefore, I'm wondering if it's also on the impregnation, because there's obviously the whole period of gestation that takes place, which would have forced the server tick to save, and therefore, prevent that?
Yeah, no, as far as I know, it's going to be after gestation, upon birth, is where the stats are being determined.
Okay.
So,
But that's right.
Yeah. But indeed, Strav, yeah, you can now use grilled chicken as a food source and not worry about having to spend in currency to buy chicken over and over again. You can now breed them. One of the big advantages of this system. Yep.
Chicken is back on the menu, boys.
And here, adding juvenile sex to the intaming tooltip. So I hope it's also going to be the genetics. But we'll see. Pigsty talents to dev for potentially adding later on. So maybe we get a pigsty talent for the piggies at some point. Okay. Skinning talents. Adding skinning reward to the list of talents that get transferred to corpses. The skinning, we now check the corpse stat container, combine it with the player skinning reward stat. Some better application of your talents for like, hey, you get more while skinning. At some point you don't need a talent no more. You're going to be like, yeah, you know, I'm going to respec for some more useful talents, but yeah.
Well, what are we currently running out of? We need leather, right? So.
True. Start bringing animals back to the base and put down a skinning bench. You have higher yield on the skinning bench. Question is though, running back and forth for the higher yield on the skinning bench, does it outweigh the time you save if you skin them in the field?
Probably not. You'll probably be able to just brute force it, especially if you have like an infinite spawning from a mission of some sort that you could just basically build up, or just run the enzyme geyser and then bang.
Geyser,
or you just put the. You could also just put the bench there and then just put some chests and store it that way. But
a quick 1x1 or 1x2 where you put a skinning bench in, or a couple of skinning benches, and like drag all the cadavers over there and skin them in the bench. Yeah,
pretty much.
More whistling stuff. What else do we have? Added on-screen message that displays when player tries to whistle a mount owned by another player, or when target whistles are used without a target. So you should not be able to whistle mounts that aren't owned by you. Adding husbandry behaviors to pigs, so they walk to their mates when attempting to fertilize, and will rest when requiring rest, or go for the truffles if you have the talent. Parentage is now been added to the mount in-world tooltip, so you can see like, hey, who were the parents of this one? Phenotype icon is now in Helix and only display if a rare phenotype is present. Okay. Adding the mother and father names to the genetics components who can display on the UV creatures UI. Again, so you know, like, hey, this is a very good one. Who were the parents? So I need these two too, wild UVs will roll genetics right away after spawning. So that's for the wild UVs. Fish gruel recipe has been adjusted. Only require one fish. Note, not a fish chunk. So you can't use the water wheel, because that one only gives you fish chunks. Now you need to use the trap or the rod. You need the entire fish for the fish gruel. Double the food of the gruel from 50 to 100. See. Switch single quotes to double quotes on recent sickle names to bring them more in line with the rest and to make automated scripts work proper again. Sure up. Added alternate serum recipes that take exotics instead of condensed enzymes. So the serum initially you could only craft them with the condensed enzymes, not with the synthetic ones, the condensed ones. Which will give you an extra reason to run your enzyme geysers again. But they did add an alternate recipe for people who do not want to run the enzyme geysers, cause like, you know, it's too hard, you need to do too much fighting, whatever. Don't want to go through all the hassle of running an enzyme geyser. You can now also use exotics to make the serum, the fertilization serum. This actually,
Is that any exotics or just red or just purple?
I reckon, purple. Because red exotics are unique to Prometheus. There is this one specific mission in the Great Hunts for the Garganetons, which gives you like a handful of red seeds, but that's it.
Yeah.
The rest, red exotics is unique and like purely for Prometheus. So you can't get them in Olympus at all, and in Styx only like a handful. So no, it's not going to be a red exotic for the recipe. It's going to be purple, because those are present on all 3 maps. Now this makes the purple exotic kind of in line with the uranium on Elysium, from which we have seen in the patch notes, can be used as either meta currency or crafting material. Now the purple recipes is going to be the same. The purple exotic is going to be the same, either meta currency or crafting material. This the new stuff. Let's quickly go through a couple of fixes. Iron sights. I've been working on the iron sights for a couple of weapons. Mammoth Stomp Attack is now fixed. It works again. Yes, finally. This one I've seen people talk about indeed. If you had something in your hand and you went up to an armor stand, you like swapped the entire armor set. Whatever you had in your hand got destroyed. This has now been fixed. Good. Imagine you having your titanium knife in your hand. Because you know you run faster with it if you have the talent. You run up to your armor stand, you like swap the armor, and you're like, where'd my knife go? So I'm glad I fixed that one. Let's see. Oh, the little cross button to clear certain modifiers now only shows within inventory contexts. So no longer in the normal screen. Whereas last week, where I added the option like, hey, you can now click the little cross thingy so you can to remove the food buff. You also saw the little X on the normal screen bottom left. Apparently now they're only in the inventory. Kind of makes sense. Makes your interface a little bit cleaner. Fix an issue where modifier time remaining and effectiveness wasn't displaying in inventory context. I hope they also did it for animals, because that is like on the animals you can't see like how long is the food buff still gonna run, which is annoying. Meh. Landshark messages are now stacked to 5 as intended. Talking about Landshark messages, this week I finally got my first one. Yay. Pets that fall through the world will now first attempt to teleport to their last known good location before teleporting to the owning player. Previously, it would attempt to teleport to the owner first, potentially teleporting the animal far away from home. Now you were like, okay, hey, I double checked, all my animals are set to stay. Now I'm gonna go away on a mission or whatever, and then as soon as as the map tile where the pet is on unloads from memory, for some reason the pet doesn't get frozen quickly enough, it falls through the world. It's straight teleported towards the player. It can be like 3 biomes away, and all of a sudden you're like, hey, here's my chicken. How the heck am I gonna bring my chicken safely back to base now? I mean, sure, you can do it with you sending it up to space, but then you need the orbital exchange interface with you. So now it will first try to teleport to the last known good location. Still though, if this happens during unloading of a map tile, I'm not sure it can reach the last known good location, but Hopefully this will prevent, to an extent, the situations where your pet teleports towards you whilst you're like 3 map tiles away. Fix the right mouse button being able to clear any modifier, so you could also use it to get rid of debuffs. Like, oh, I'm poisoned, I'm just right clicking it, so poison debuff is gone. That has been fixed now. There was an unintentional result of last week's. You can now also remove your food buff and water buff with the cross instead of only right clicking. Now been fixed, luckily. Let's see what else. Protected talent no longer affects itself, the bull. Reduce gestation speed buff from 100% to 50%. So only 2/3 of the time instead of half the time. It's okay still. Fix player genetic mutations for creatures not affecting the creatures. Oh, so you have your talents in your genetics talent. Spent points there and still not working. I'm glad I mixed that. They fixed that. Let's see. Fixing issue where the father's genetics were not being taken into account for lineages or variations. That's annoying if you have a black mower but it's a male. Glad they fixed that as well. Gestation speed is now lowered by 10, 25, 50% depending on if the creature is hungry or thirsty. Is applied separately. Creatures thirst 3 and hunger 3, gestation speed reaches 0. Makes sense. Okay, let's quickly go through the future content as well. Because I'm wanting to go play, you know. Update to the carrier drone model and textures. Josh, this is the Elysium drone. This is one of the drones that's going to give you the electronics. Possibly give you the electronics when you kill it. Adding Hunter NPC dog. Hunter NPC dog. I don't know, audio. Ah, okay. So the Hunter NPC is going to have a dog. Gotcha. Let's see. Anything else popping out? Centrum Queen loot rewards have been updated. Now despawns while Elysium 5 mission is active. So that world boss, as soon as you start Elysium 5 mission, the world boss will disappear until you finish the mission and then it comes back. Gotcha. Now I wonder, right? If you kill the Central Queen, you have to wait an hour. You start Elysium 5, straight away disabandon it. Will this then get the Queen back instantly? Could you use this to quickly farm the Central Queen? Didn't they change this so to get tusk from elephants? Yeah, but it's like a couple of weeks ago already, Josh. I believe you get
less resources.
Yeah, like 1 tusk maybe. Definitely they only give like 200 crushed bone, and they're lighter. But they added that a couple of weeks ago already. Didn't get any from 3 elephants, that's why I was asking. Huh. We tested it, and like the very first one we actually skinned gave us a tusk.
Yeah, we killed 2 and we got tusks from each.
Yeah.
What elephant was it? The swamp one or the desert?
Swamp doesn't have elephants. Swamp has mammoth cattle. It's the Colombian mammoth in the swamp, the one which does not have the juvenile. Desert Olympus, yeah. The 4th one finally gave you one. Okay. I thought it was like a short loot. Do check the bestiary loot table if you have unlocked it already. See what the chance is of a tusk spawning. I thought it was 100, but I thought it was 100%. But remove undesired moa skin variations. Who said it was undesired? I want them all. Let's see. Any more things that pop up? Central Queen, added loot on death. Yeah, dude, that's why you kill it, right? To actually get the loot.
I don't know, maybe you could pickpocket her.
Yeah, or like if she dies, like the loot is not there, that's gonna be very annoying. So yeah. If we kill the Sandstorm Queen, which is gonna be like the world boss for Elysium, and we don't get no loot, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
I can imagine.
Supposed to be even harder than a Hammerhead Slug.
Yeah.
Mm.
You might just have to go through that video before you publish it.
Yeah, bleep 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 bleep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
A little while later.
Fix the carrot
Yeah.
seed drop chance being 71,005% for some reason. It must be someone who tried to change 75% to 100. And like you have 75, 7 and 5, and in the middle is 100. Looking at that number, that must have been it. 71005. 7105. So yeah, someone wanted to change it from 75 to 100%. Fiber and sticks are going to be added to the banana tree loot rewards though. Which kinda makes this one Garganton mission path worthless. There's one specific Great Hunt mission path, I thought it was in the Garganton one, which unlocks the bananas.
Oh, okay.
But if you're gonna get banana trees in Elysium, then well, that would have saved me an entire Great Hunt run, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I get that.
Oh well. Fix an issue where soldier NPCs weren't able to shoot at targets that were significantly higher or lower than them. So no longer climb in a tree and shoot at them from above and they can't shoot back. Let's see. Guarantee prime meat from the slinker. Okay. Uranium and lithium ammo. Oh, for the people who are complaining about this after the lights changed a couple of weeks back, the high-rise mission was still mentioning the old wall lights. They now changed the mission text to bunker lights. So yeah,
That makes sense.
makes it easier for people because yeah, there were still people who didn't realize this. They were like, "Yeah, you need the wall lights, but there's no wall lights." And then yeah, no, a couple of weeks ago they changed it to bunker light. Especially people who started playing the game after that update, they don't know.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, here in the future content they're talking about the remote animal control keybinds. Basically what they added today. Today? No, next week. Next week, the whistle. Added first pass block out of the speeder bike. So yes, we might, this future content, so we might be getting finally, for the people who keep asking about it, we might be getting a vehicle-ish.
Sounds good. Sounds like it's going to be like maybe a quad bike or a trike or something.
I don't know. Maybe it's going to be unicycle. No idea.
Yeah, could just be a motorbike because they can go where four-wheelers can't.
Yeah. But yeah. So maybe we're getting it. Don't get all too excited because they might still decide like, yeah, no, it's not going to work. And let's see what else.
We're just having a lot of fun with the mounts in the meantime.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I don't need no vehicle. I have a mower. I can traverse the map within minutes anyway.
Yeah. You literally leave the rest of us in your dust, buddy.
Yeah. I don't need no vehicle. Like with a mount, you can go off very steep cliffs, relatively safe. Well, if you would try that on a bike, you either get stuck, or you're gonna break the
Or
bike.
you go flying, yeah, or you go flying.
Yeah. So as long as
Yeah.
there's wings on the bike, then maybe it would work. But
Yeah.
let's see
Yeah, because you wouldn't really,
missions.
it wouldn't really be practical to try and take a four-wheeler through the forest, for example.
Nope.
No.
No, it definitely wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Adding
But then-
sandworm queen egg to biomass recipe and biomass to sandworm queen wren exchange. Getting a
What?
new currency. Huh.
Ooh.
I mean, the egg to biomass. Okay, sure. Like the sandworm queen biomaterials to biomass. But not sure about the next one.
It would kind of make sense because if we're going to be traveling to more alien planets, then we're, I mean, at the moment we're using all our own currency, right? But the minute we start to travel to other planets, we're going to encounter different species and they're going to have different money systems.
Oh yeah, are they gonna have different money systems? Are they?
Possibly.
Maybe. Now you're assuming those species are going to be sentient.
Well, I mean, we have NPCs here, so can't really
Yes,
expect.
but the NPCs here are not native to Icarus. The NPCs we have had so far.
No, true.
So
Yeah. Interesting concept, though, huh? Yeah, never know.
some more.
Mind you, it could also be the standard trading exchange for going to an animal market, buying some more animals or selling some animals or something. I don't know.
Well, that's what the workshop is. That's what's called the workshop. So some more speeder bike audio, work in progress. And fix an issue where a tamed NPC swimming in water wouldn't get frozen correctly when the map was unloaded and instead fall through the world and thus like teleport to the player. Where I'm not sure they can be like put back in the last known good position because the map tile has been unloaded already. So yeah, but yeah, I've seen I've seen someone indeed complain about this on Twitch. Yeah, Twitch was having that issue. Speeder bike, what did I hear? Yeah, it was actually in the developer AMA as well, and they like, yeah, sure, we can have a look, but we're not gonna promise anything. So maybe there's gonna be a speeder bike. But again, no promises. And we're gonna get a new pouch, possibly. Added tier 4 pouch, currently dev locked. 12 slots temporarily with similar requirements to the lower tier 1. Current pouches is 6 slots. So if you're gonna get a large one with 12 slots, tier
That would be
4,
good.
sure, be more expensive, sure. Hey, we can carry twice as much with us. Say, I want
Yeah.
an entire buffalo cart with tier 4 pouches. So next time
That
we loot one of the great hunt bases, we can actually bring everything.
Yeah, that's going to be super fantastic because in my character, in my open world, right, I've got as many possible slots in my inventory as I possibly can through talents and you know, just you know, I've not got anything from the workshop, so it's all just generic, you know, like, you know, leather backpacks and pouches and stuff. So I've probably got like maybe
There's what, 24,
24
30. With
possible.
backpack is 30 slots.
Sorry?
By default 24 slots, 4 rows of 6. Backpack adds an extra row, it's 30.
Yeah, so I've got that many slots, and I've got 3 rows that are just full of pouches because I can't carry everything with me, and I'm sick of doing treble, quadruple, multi-million trip runs in order to
Huh?
go and pick everything up.
Well, get yourself the Holier Fire suit and 4 of the patcher modules, patcher I believe. More inventory slots. Also get yourself the Larkwell Martinez tactical backpack because that one adds 12 slots instead of 6.
I don't have it started with a new character. I don't have anything from the workshop at all.
Okay, so you're following my playstyle, like you only use the currency you've earned with that character on that map.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you'll definitely be limiting yourself there. Don't I know it?
Yeah,
Hey,
but
Pitaka.
it just makes it better because it's as you say all the time. It's more of a challenge.
Exactly. Exactly. But yeah, these patch notes. So I want to go for a smoke. I'm actually gonna go for a smoke, and then I will prepare for the next stream. Well, let me scroll down a little bit more so we can have the chicks running
Yeah.
across the screen again.
I may very well join you for the stream, but I won't be gaming because I'm still working. I've got stuff I need to get set for the weekend.
Okay. Yeah, Cara and I would definitely be playing. So we're gonna take a 15-ish minutes break. Let's make it an 18 minutes because I'm always late anyway. And then we will be back with a new stream with a gameplay. So it's gonna be Sticks open world where you can run around with our mammoths a bit, test the stomp attack, get ourselves some new tames, have a look at the whole mutation, gestation, genetics, phonetics, whatever, ethics, non-ethics stuff. So
Sounds good.
alrighty.
Alrighty.
Carl Echo, thanks. I'm gonna quickly do stream outro and then I'll be back with you. But yeah, for so far, both of you, thanks for participating, and I'll talk to you in a minute.
Alrighty, no problem. I'll see you soon.
Indeed. Cheers.
So yeah, as I said, this is it for the patch notes. We're gonna take a quick break. Still 17 minutes. And then we will be back with a new stream in which we will be doing the gameplay, like testing out all the all the new stuff isn't a lot to test out. Test out a bunch of the new stuff, and gonna be Sticks open world, Jones. Because it's gonna be Carl and me playing, so it's gonna be our Sticks co-op open world. So yeah, if you wanna get notified when the stream starts, hey, hit that follow button. You'll get automatically notified when we start the gameplay. Yeah, we do the PatchNotes basically every Friday at the same time, around the same time, 8-ish our time, Central European time, followed by gameplay. So if you want to get notified next time I stream, feel free to hit that follow button. Or if you watch this on YouTube and you want to get notified next time I upload something, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Like would be appreciated as well. Other than that, thanks for being here. Really appreciate it. A lot to talk about and a lot to test out. Nice and exciting stuff. So yeah, thanks for being here. Hope you had a good time, and I hope I will see you folks around.